Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 160 of Limb Lengthening Live, where the patients interview the guests. And today we're going to do an open mic Q&A. We might keep it a little short today because I didn't really have a topic of discussion. But yeah, so we are here to talk some limb lengthening. So let me pull up this little picture that SideQuest sent me a few hours ago in the Discord. I think it was pretty cool. So how's everybody doing? Let's see. I know that we kind of just put this out late today. I didn't even know if I was going to hold one today, but let me see. How do I do this? Share screen. Downloads. Here it is. Got it. Let's see. I'm going to put on screen. Okay. All right. I think that's right. Can I just upload it? Yeah, that's it. Screen. All right, cool. So that's SideQuest there. Oh, hey. What's up, MD?
Hi, who else is here? Just me?
Yeah, no, it's just you, man. How are you
Okay.
doing?
Just I have my one hand with the ERC and the other hand on my phone talking to you. I
Oh,
gotta finish. I gotta finish one more round on the other leg, and I'll be more. I just
nice.
realized I gotta do it right now, so that's why.
Oh, you got to
But,
distract right now, like right now.
uh, I just gotta finish the other leg, and I'm done.
Oh, okay, very cool. Well, don't let me hold you up. You got to get your length in hand.
No, I usually try to do it in a set time. So.
Cool. Well, this is a photo that was sent in by SideQuest. You guys know SideQuest well over the last few weeks. He's the guy who sent in that amazing recovery video. Well, this is
Yeah.
his mock-up of his proportions and what they would look like after his third lengthening, what he wants to get. So on the left is what he looks like after his quadrilateral lengthening. He did 7 centimeters on his tibias, 8 on his femurs, so 15 centimeters. He looks normal on the left. But then if he just goes for another, hopefully 8 centimeters on his femurs, this is what he looks like on the right. Now he was just wondering. He sent this to a few people, and a few people said that he looked weird. Honestly, I don't think he looks weird, right? I think that his tibias have enough length to
Yeah.
them that it doesn't look weird. Now, if he didn't do tibias, let's say if he only did tibias 4 centimeters or below on the first one, or he didn't do them at all, yeah, he would get double takes. But I think he looks okay in his mock-up. What do you think, MD?
Yeah, I mean his legs look like his after legs look like mine right now. So,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my legs look like quite long right now. My femurs, and I'm only like 4 point. I'll be 4.5 by the end of the night, and that's how I look basically if I
right.
try to compare myself. So I mean it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, it's really hard to tell. And honestly, when you get a long enough femur, I'm sorry, tibia to begin with, you can pretty much keep going. But again, this is his goal. He hasn't started it yet, I don't think. So we will root him on for sure. So thank you, SideQuest, for providing so much content. I think it's really good to talk about proportions because a lot of people and I think this is something we could talk about, like if somebody was normal on the left, right? And then they just did 8 centimeters femurs, this is kind of what it would look like. And this is kind of what it looks like. I've seen patients who have done 8 centimeters in person, and it doesn't look that bad. It's really not that bad. So, all right, who's in the chat? Hey, we got Benjamin Mendoza. How are you? Is school still in? We got TBB. What's going on? Dr. Abdul, I can't say your name, Abdul Haraman Salah. Hello. We got, looks okay. Yeah, looks okay. You're talking about his proportions. Okay. Um, Says with an additional 8 centimeters on femurs, he will look like Latrim. Short torso is obvious. Yeah, I mean, I think at some extent, at some point, overdoing it on your leg length, you will distort your proportions. But I think that he was just more so saying based on his interlimb ratio. And torso, yeah, I can see that a little bit, but we'd have to have him in person, have him stand up in a real picture. This is a mock-up, so mock-ups are never super accurate. So somebody else sent me something. It was a YouTube channel or something for a guy who was supposedly doing lengthening. He's talking about dating or something. I don't know if I'm really going to get into that discussion. I don't know. I kind of have like low carb brain now. Well, today was a high carb day, but every other day. So MD, you are at 45 millimeters in lengthening.
Right now, as I hold the machine, I am 44.75 on the right leg. I gotta do the left leg very soon at 4.5. So yeah, almost 4.5.
That's awesome. Oh, I don't even know where's this playing? Hold on. I gotta find out. Hold on. Stop sharing. Where's this coming from? Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Hold on. Let me so this guy, I don't know, Ben's Journey. I don't know have you heard of that, MD?
Yeah, I have heard of him popping up on Discord, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah. So there was a patient or subscriber of mine, Croco, who sent this in. He's in the Discord as well. So Ben's Journey, just trying to find out some more information.
I've been about 5'9.5" before the surgery, so my height was.
Oh, it's not sharing. Hold on.
If you're above 5'8" and you take care of yourself and you look pretty good, there shouldn't be an issue with your height dating women.
Hold on.
At least not the ones that are shorter than you.
I'm gonna distract. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Your height is perfectly fine to date any girl.
All right, guys. I will have to figure out how to share that screen because the video is like playing in a different window and it's giving me some issues. I got to figure out how to pull the link over here. But in the meanwhile, let's see if anybody has any questions in the chat while I figure that out. So let's see. Shield is saying, how negative can the ape index be before the arms are look too short? I don't really know, honestly. I don't really use the ape index. I use my visual prowess to kind of assess proportions. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't really use numbers too much. I mean, they do kind of give you an indication and a rough estimate of what to kind of assess, but they're not, the end all be all. All right, so let me see how to bring this up. Croco sent this in to me and I want to kind of share it. He's talking about dating after limb lengthening. Let me play it. Maybe you guys can listen.
Be an issue because of your height. Like if you get rejected, it's probably not because of your height. So basically, I had a lot of success with women before the surgery. It was never an issue for me and my height with women. I have never been called short by a woman. I have never had like rejection because of my height. And that was never an issue because 5'9.5" is a great height. But I will tell you the differences that I feel now that I'm about 6 foot tall. So I will start from the dating apps experience.
Hold on.
I had
I think I got it.
Success before that in dating apps.
Sure.
So I usually just didn't write my height. I didn't say that I'm like 5'9.5". I just didn't say anything.
Here it is.
Girls used to see my pictures. I used to look tall enough for them because they don't really know the difference in height. If they see someone that looks tall enough for them and look good, they will just swipe him right. And so I just didn't say my height. But now I actually state my height on the profile because I feel like 6 foot is actually like some sort of like advantage in dating apps. And it's really make a little bit of difference. Like I feel like I have even a bit more matches than usual. Almost any girl that I want on dating apps, I match with. And another thing that I've noticed is that I get a lot of matches with pretty tall girls. That means that any girls who are 5'9" to 5'11" just match with me. And I think it's like tall girls just have a limit that if you are a bit taller than them, that's fine. As long as you are a little bit taller than them, they're cool with that. So I just had a lot of matches with girls who are anywhere between 5'9" to 5'11". And I even dated a girl who was 5'11". And it felt pretty good for me to date a girl that used to be taller than.
So I actually didn't watch this ahead of time. I apologize. I usually do vet some the content. I don't know. I've been so tired lately. But apparently he was already 5'9.5" before he even got lengthening done. So he's probably coming from a different angle than some people who are ridiculed because of their height. So 5'9.5", you're pretty much average height in the US. So you're not going to be ridiculed to somebody else who's 5'2", 5'4", 5'5". So I don't really want to, talk too much about this because, like, sure, if you're 6 foot, yeah, you know, it may open up some more prospects for your dating pool. But I mean, this isn't super relevant to the world of cosmetic limb lengthening as much as you would think, because we're talking about a lot of people who may be under average height and how that might be increasing them. Would you agree, MD?
I agree that I am 5'9" right now.
Right now, but like, let's say that this guy was 5'9.5" before lengthening. Now he's 6 foot. So and then he's talking about, like, I wasn't rejected at all by dating, this, that, and the other. But also, here's the benefits of lengthening and what it did for me. It's like it's not really showing the power of limb lengthening and how it can affect your dating life, because it's like you already kind of average height. So I think that it would have to come from somebody who's, let's say, 5'6" and below, or, you know, where that height cut off in dating. And actually, somebody told me the other day that Tinder now has a height filter or something like that. So I think I'll have to kind of, you know, look into that. All right, so let's answer some questions. How do I stop sharing this? Thank you,
Is that
Kroko.
Ben's journey? This guy?
What's that?
This is Ben's journey.
Yeah, Ben's journey. I'm not sure who he is, but he said he did lengthening, but he was 5'9.5" and he went to 6 foot or something like that. And he's talking about his benefit of dating afterwards. But what I'm saying is that, you know, you can definitely get benefits, and it will open. I mean, don't get me wrong, the taller you get, the better. But it's like, I'm saying that it's hard for him to start the video and saying, "Hey, I was never rejected by dating. It never really affected me," and then, you know, say, here's also what it did for me, because then it's kind of clickbait, you know, a little bit. But anyway, so let's get to some questions. Yeah, I am getting lean, right? Can you guess how much weight I lost? I lost quite a bit. How does building upper body during lengthening help? It helps tremendously. MD, you can answer this one.
Yeah. I think I remember I was showing you videos of me doing dips in my walker.
Yeah,
before,
where's your YouTube video? Can you put that in the private chat? I'll pull that up. You have that, right?
I that I think I uploaded onto your
OneDrive. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the other stuff, but everything else I put on my channel, you could just search up Master Distractor.
Okay, go ahead. Answer this. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, just look on YouTube. Just look up Master Distractor, and OneDrive has prehab stuff. Anyways, yeah, I was doing a lot of upper body. Like before, I was doing a lot of stretching and losing a lot of weight, so that I thought I, you know, have a good weight going in. But then I think after talking to Victor and some other people, realized upper body was not enough. So I started just trying to make sure that I can lift my body with my arms. And then, I mean, right now it's quite helpful, right? I'm basically on crutches all the time, walking around and putting my weight on my walker and crutches as needed. It's tremendously helpful. Otherwise, it's especially during like the first 2 weeks, I think you rely on your arms quite a bit, because your legs are like basically functioning at like it's very weak or in pain, so you're afraid to break your nails so much that you don't want to do anything with the get on your feet as much, so you're like trying to shift around in your bed and do all these shifting and transfers and stuff with your arm. So it's very helpful. I think like stuff like dips help me a lot. I think and then and before going to surgery, I think I wish I did more like practicing transfers, because that would have helped me even more. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with you. Okay, here it is. Master Distractor, 9 subscribers. Okay. This is yours. Okay, let me pull up your page. Oh, and you have your Discord in the description. That's so funny. All right, let me see if I can share here.
It's for the diary, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, he has a question. It helps with boosting building hormones, which help making lengthening easier. Maybe. Oh, we got Zach on the show. Hey Zach, what's up, man? Uh-oh, we can't see you. There he is. Or we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Hey.
There you are. Hey, man.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear him, MD?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay,
Sure.
How's
Yeah, I
it
can hear you
going?
a little bit.
You can't hear us well.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool, man. So Zach is the prospective patient who was on a while ago during the precise precise nail survey, and he told his story. So if you don't remember, he basically is trying to get lengthening done to, just feel better about himself and then, you know, just improve different areas of his life. So how's it been going, Zach? Let's see, has it been?
Yeah, I've been I'm working on it. I'm trying the best I can. I'm hoping that this will go as planned. It's been really rough lately. It's been crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just kind of came in late to your video, and I saw you were just mentioning about the whole dating situation, and the guy was just talking about his dating life and how he went from was 5'9.5" originally. So
yeah,
we're saying about 176 centimeters, 177. I'm guessing,
yeah.
and
I
he's
know.
going out to 6 foot tall. I mean, that's
Mhm.
just unbelievable. I mean, that's great. I mean, I give everybody credit for what they do. I mean, it's amazing. But just hearing part of that story, because I know I just came in late, but hearing that is just wow. I mean, you know, it's hard when you're a certain height, believe it or not. It's very challenging. You will get rejected. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone's different. I mean, it's my experience. I've been rejected uh, plenty and plenty of times due to my height. I mean, the stigma is very strong with height. I mean, it's unbelievable how height can really change everything. I mean, it's just I can't disagree. I have to agree on that. That
Yeah,
height is a very big determining factor sometimes when it comes to the dating life. And it's not just the dating, but it's even how people perceive and treat you. I mean, there's people who will literally ridicule you for anything just based on your height. I mean, in the work field, I've noticed how people treat me or have treated others. I mean, I've noticed it so many times. I mean, I've heard people say things, well, it's more about your personality. Maybe it's all in your head. I know a guy who's short and he's married and has a wife and kid. I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, it works differently for everybody. I can't speak for everyone. My experience, that didn't work with me, but I don't think you can really judge based on that one other person's life, because maybe they went through a different life experience. So it's really hard to determine what everybody went through. I mean, from my experience, I was constantly bullied, harassed, pushed around. I mean, uh, it was crazy. Sometimes it was like a nightmare. I mean, really, like I had people literally calling me names and threatening me, and guys I grew up with from school who used to harass and pick on me. And then I see years later, they all grew very tall and they just harassed me even more for it. And, I've been literally, I mean, I don't know if everybody's experienced on here, but, I've been literally attacked from people from whether it was school or at work. I mean, even on dating apps, I've tried. It was very hard. I mean, there were literally girls like 4'3" on there. I'm not 4'3". I would say, maybe 4'10" who were literally rejecting me and calling me, "You're too short for me." Even making jokes about it, like, how can someone like you exist this short? How is this even possible? Crazy
mm,
words like that I was hearing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
just
horrible.
The world can be
horrible.
cruel. Can be cruel for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
But I will
It's
tell you, it's that's why this procedure is so transformative. But also it doesn't just transform your body; it transforms your mind. It makes you stronger, more
yeah.
resilient,
I
and
agree.
and I
I
think that
agree.
you definitely had been traumatized from your past. But going through something like limb lengthening, super hard, super rigorous, super intense. But when you go through
Mhm.
it, it definitely makes you super strong.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so you're gonna be
Definitely.
super happy with it. I know for a fact you sound like a good candidate.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
there's a lot to go through before you get it done. You got to
Mhm.
talk to surgeons and stuff, but
Yeah,
you definitely have a good motivational factor to want to get it done. So, MD, these look incredible, man. So you're using
yeah,
primarily crutches, right?
I know it's different for other surgeons, but like
Yeah,
here, we do have like a steps thing I try to get. So
yeah,
at least like 3,000 steps a day,
Wow.
and I do most of that in crutches because it's much easier to get that in. But I use the walker to, inside the house. Usually just use the walker because I get lazy and it's easier to just roll that around. But if I'm like really trying to go get my steps, I use my crutches, and it's much easier when you go outside too, to like go in a car and just get on your crutches and go to your appointments and stuff. But yeah, I use crutches all the time. And like stuff like stairs, I just learned how to do that.
Just subscribe
recently.
to you.
That's great.
Everybody go subscribe to Master Distractor. I'm gonna put his YouTube.
There's no money making algorithm.
He didn't
right now,
monetize yet, but he will. Let me put it in the chat here, and everybody's gonna
I
go
don't
follow
know
you.
how. I would like to.
Yeah.
No, there's no monetary thing right now.
How come the chat? It's not letting me put it in the chat. I don't know. Put it in the chat. I can't see the little box to put it in the chat. But anyway, let's do some live Q&A, and then we might do a little quick wrap up. But thank you for posting. I mean, everybody can go check out your channel to see how to navigate with the walker, the crutches, do physical therapy, what the scars look like. This is great progress. Okay, so what we have here in the chat, how tall, from Leonardo to you, MD, how tall are you right now? Oh, yeah, he's talking to you, Zach. I think he's talking to you.
Oh, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
I would say precisely about 162 centimeters, 163. So I'm guessing that's estimating around 5'3", 5'4", because I've gone to different clinics. Like I went to urgent care before, and I had a family member measure me. I've been told different things. I've been said 5'4", 5'4.5". So maybe it's my posture. Maybe it depends how I stand up. I would just go with 5'4" right now.
Okay, 5'4". That's awesome. And when you to be to get anything taller, right?
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
I know you have goals, but you want to get any bit taller. Honestly, I think we talked about you wanting to do quadrilateral lengthening and do the femurs and the tibias at some point.
That's what I want to do as well.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Cool. All right, so the next question in here, let's see, from TBB. Actually, I was hoping to hear something about PMAX from Dr. Robbins or Bailey. Yeah, well, I don't have any word on that yet. Once I do, hopefully I will bring them on and we will tell the world about that. So
don't need PMAX. Just walk around in crutches like me.
I would love to hear about it. I would love to know. I mean, it's crazy.
I was watching the presentation on PMAX like 2 days ago on like all the weight bearing
hey, psych
testing
man.
they did.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Hey.
Oh, bad news.
What's bad news?
So had a family thing come up, so I'm gonna have to postpone for now.
No, are you serious, man?
I know.
His surgery was scheduled for like what, the 11th?
Wednesday.
Oh, so
next
my
Wednesday.
Gosh. The 11th, and now it's postponed. How far out is it? Like, is this because you had to postpone it, right?
Yeah, I had to. Just some family stuff came up. So we're probably looking at next year because I work in a school system, so it's going to need to be the summer.
I see. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's rough, but the surgery is always going to be there, and maybe next year or this time the PMAX will be here.
I see the PMAX down there, so that's
right?
my big hope.
Yeah, somebody's asking about it, but I really sorry to hear that because that sucks. But definitely take care of the family. Family comes first, and honestly, like I said, if PMAX does come out, that can be a game changer for your experience during lengthening.
PMAX,
so that'd be really cool. Well,
what's your current height? Well, I haven't spoken to you yet, so I'm curious to know, segment. What what was your current height?
Hey, Zach, 5'5".
Hey. Okay, so now you're going up to exactly what? That's your original height, 5'5".
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're what? Now you're.
Well, he didn't do it yet because he had to push it off for a year. But what's your goal? What's your goal,
What's your goal? That's what I meant to say. Yeah. What?
Oh, my goal is a full 3, or as people on here like to say, 3.2, 3.4, 3.5.
Right.
Okay.
How they do it, I don't know.
That's good.
How about you, Zach?
Well, my intended goal was to get to possibly 5'10". I'm now currently 5'4". I would say maybe 5'4.5". But I don't know. Like like I said, I gotta take a step at a time and see how things go. And
Absolutely.
first procedure, see how that goes. Maybe I can get the 3 inches and see how things go from there first.
No, good luck.
Yeah.
When is it?
Thank you. Well, I haven't decided yet. I'm actually gonna talk to the doctor, which is next week.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
first
man, wish
step.
me luck.
Start the conversation.
I know.
All right, let's see if we got some questions in here. I've heard some stories. Thank you, Froggy Dragon. Yeah, got chiseled up here. I lost a lot of weight. Let's see. You guys have any questions for the panelists? Anybody on the panel here? How tall? We got that one. Patrick, is Precise worth it, or should I stick with LON? So I think Precise is worth it. I had this discussion at length with somebody on a consultation, and I think the LON just, I don't know. It's up to you, but like honestly, I think it's just obsolete technology. Honestly, does increase the risk for infection, surface level. You're most likely, I think, based on the patients that I've talked to, I think there's like a 95% chance you're going to have some sort of skin level infection. You're going to be running some course of antibiotics at least once during your lengthening, almost guaranteed. So if you're okay with that, talk to the surgeon about it. Make sure you're okay with it. But just because of the weight bearing ability of the element, I don't think it's worth it. I think Precise is just so much more, convenient for the patient when you're lengthening. You don't see it, you don't feel it. You don't have the chance of bone infection. There's a lot of patients. There's a patient who just, I'm supposed to do a follow-up podcast. Hopefully this Saturday I'll do it. We have to re-record it because something happened, but he got a osteomyelitis, with LON, and it didn't really, present itself until about a year later. So, it's kind of scary stuff. It really is, because that's your bones, Now, Precise is much better, but I'm pretty sure it's more expensive. It is more expensive, but you pay for what you get, and honestly, it sounds as cliche as that sounds. It's true in the real world, right? So
Precise is a very good option. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Any questions for Psych Man? He's a prospective patient. He is going to go for femurs next year. And then we have Zach, who's 5'4", and he wants to go for at least femurs and maybe tibias in the future. We have Master Distractor, who's currently doing his femurs. He's at 44 and 3/4 centimeters.
Halfway. Strong work, MD.
I know, right? He's almost there. He's getting there. He's chopping away. All right, let's see. I think a lot of people are just in here. Okay. All right, here's a few. All right. At what age did you stop? Did you all stop growing? Zach, why don't you start off?
Oh. All right. Well, I would say I stopped growing at 14.
Okay. How about you, Psych Man?
Trying to remember when I started. It was somewhere in college. I think it was my freshman year, so probably like 18 or 19.
Okay, cool.
I got 1 inch between the end of high school and somewhere in college.
Oh, okay. For me, I think it was like about 16, 17. I just noticed that I was around that. I stopped growing right then. I was about 5'7" when I was done. Obviously, I had my discrepancy, and that's what kept me not 5'9" or whatever. But that's when I stopped growing. So let's see here. MD, when did you stop growing? Sorry. Oh, he's muted. Oh yeah, because I heard the noise. I heard you. I was like, let me mute him because I think you were distracting.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I've been into the surgery for 19 years.
Did you say something?
I heard him.
Yeah. I'll let him do what he's doing. I think he's busy. All right, let's see. What else? Any other questions? Here we go from Time Lapse Car Guy. Bruno recently had a bruised heel and had pain in the tarsal tunnel nerve area where I bent my leg. Not a good feeling. Oh, that does sound painful. You might want to get it checked out if it keeps giving you issues. Let's see. Any other good questions? Sorry, guys. I should have brought some content. I was just kind of throwing this up in a window. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys. Pretty tired today. Psych Man, here we go. Psych Man, what is your motivation? Any bad experiences? Like, why do you want to get lengthening done?
Oh, fair question. Motivation is kind of the, why not? So it was one of those things that if I could change it, then I would. But until, and this isn't a cheap plug, but until I came across Victor's content like 2 or 3 years ago, it was just something that kind of never entered my mind. But then when I saw it, I was like, well, why not? It seems safe enough to do, and it's kind of one of those, you only live once things. So I kind of tell people it's like when I graduated high school, I think it was like 98 pounds. Um, and was life bad? No. But did I want to make it better by, hitting the gym and lifting and stuff like that? Yeah, so I did. So I kind of look at it as the same way. Any bad experiences? Nothing really out of the ordinary.
That's awesome, man. I agree. And there's a lot of patients that get this done. They don't have like a driving like force that's like, I have to get it done. Sometimes they just want to get it done to improve that attribute of their life, and I think it's a fantastic thing. You do it safely, you can do it and just move on with your life. So
I think Victor, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you.
To answer that other question, it was I think I've been looking into the surgery since 15, so probably around 16, 17. I don't know when I stopped growing, but I remember I was shorter than others in 15.
Gotcha. Side Quest is in the house. I call him the legend. He is the savior of 2025 for limb lengthening. This guy is a chief. He says, thanks for all the proportions analysis. I was slightly concerned before, but now I feel confident about round 3. I'm going to look great. That's right, man. Go get him.
Yeah.
Good luck.
He inspires me. That guy is inspiring me.
Yeah, he's absolutely inspiring. He's the next level. All right, let's see. What place or doctor is cheap without sacrificing safety or quality? There's a whole lot of surgeons that can do this safely. I'm not going to, spit out names right now, but I do consultations. I talk that on there. I also think that, I did talk about how to avoid questionable or new or inexperienced clinics last week. So we had a discussion on that. That's a good live stream to watch. But yeah, let's if you want to get, talking about surgeons and stuff, I think that, consultation couldn't hurt. Or I have a resource on my website, and patients in the Discord have diaries and stuff that they're doing well. You can kind of find out. I don't know if they forum still down. Don Chargo from Germany. Oh, look at that. He gave me a little donation. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Don Chargo. Does he have a question? I got to answer his question if he gave me a little chat money. All right. Froggy Dragon, regarding the IT band release, is that procedure usually covered in the package of good clinics, or is that extra cost? If so, how much does it usually cost? Absolutely. It's usually standard for the distal IT band release, meaning the one by your knee. Now, if you're really tight and you need to get the upper proximal portion of the IT band release, then some clinics will, raise the small cost. I don't think it's more than maybe. I actually don't know, honestly. I think it might be a couple $100, but it might more be like, this is surgery, so it's probably gonna be a couple grand. So that's a good question to ask for sure. If you were really tight, I feel like you work out your legs a lot and you can't do like that when you bring one leg over the other leg and you really can't get it over very far, you might need to get the proximal portion released. But I'd say that 85-90% of patients don't get the proximal portion released. Cool. All right, so we got to the last bit of the questions here. So it is 35 minutes in. Do you guys have anything else to talk about? I mean, I could go and answer my YouTube comments live, but we don't need to do all that.
I'm so curious. How do you start? Like, if you go from 7 centimeters on, let's say, 7 centimeters on the femurs, right?
Mm.
Start out with that, and then 8 on the tibias. Is that pushing it?
Yeah, 8 on the tibias is really pushing it. Yeah. Yeah. Got to be careful with the tibias. The tibias, they don't handle length the way the femurs do. So All right, cool guys. Well, thank you for joining today. It was just more of a kind of a Q&A, open mic, kind of, off the cuff type of discussion. SideQuest, huge shout out to you, brother. Hopefully you're. When are you planning to do it, SideQuest? Put it in the chat real quick if I can see it. Don Chargo, no questions, bro. I love your videos. I start my limb lengthening journey soon at the Beck Ear and Betz Institute. Okay, in Germany, nice. Well, I am very, very proud to hear that my content has helped you on your, journey. I hope your lengthening goes amazingly well, and maybe one day you'll be on the panel here telling us about it. That'd be great. Oh, one last question from NK. Is it possible to get rid of scar tissue in the muscles and tissues that is caused by surgery? So that's a really good question, because the answer is kind of funny, because there's not a tremendous amount of scar tissue. There is a little bit where but this is minimally invasive, right? They're using scalpels to go in, and these surgeons are like plastic surgeons. So you're not going to get like a tremendous amount of damaged like muscle soft tissue. What the whole thing behind lengthening is that you're creating new tissue, right? You're stretching new tissue, you're creating new tissue, and that's immature muscle, and it gets tight because it hasn't had time to kind of mature, get supple and pliable. So that's really where you have to stretch, and they're just trying to say stretch to get it flexible and make it hang nicely on the new hanger, which is your new bone. And the scar tissue from stretching, eccentrically stretching, can create, that can create scar tissue, right? It's like mini micro tears, right? It's kind of like working out. That's why they, patients always say, oh, it feels like a really hard leg workout. So if you can just do physical therapy, stretching, and rehab, you're probably going to be fine. You're not going to have like tremendous amounts of scar tissue. Now, granted, being, sedentary for months, you do get your muscles atrophy, and scar tissue and stiffness can build up. And that's where like the rehab and the working out does help out. But scar tissue, it goes like where you're going to have scar tissue, it's going to go away really quickly because it's minimally invasive and they're going in themselves.
So Vic, I'm kind of wondering about.
Yeah, what's that, Psych Man? Oh, who's
go ahead, MD. It's both of us, me and MD. Go ahead, MD.
Oh, I'll just go. Yeah, my physio also like does like a massage kind of deal for the scar, like anything remaining there that's causing any sort of issue. They also do a lot of massage and stuff during physio.
Absolutely. Massage and ASTEM, Graston technique, that does break up like the adhesions, which is scar tissue, but like it's more like the fascia that's kind of tethered, and I call it more like, I don't know, it's kind of weird and lengthening. It's not, because scar tissue comes from like a torn muscle or like a fiber. Like if you tear something, you'll get scar tissue and it will never be like the same makeup, right? But in lengthening, it's not like tearing, it's just lengthening, right? And stretching new tissue. But you're right, MD, like where they go in, you do get scar tissue, so you can definitely do that, but they're little, how many do they give you? Like 4 on the side, and it's very small. So Psych Man.
So I was kind of wondering about scar tissue, like more in African American Black, because we're more prone to keloids. So I would love to, if you had other African Americans come on that say whether or not they have been more prone to getting scars than others might. I guess I'll tell you in a year.
Very good question. I don't know. I haven't really done any type of, I guess ethnic type differentiation between, patients in terms of like, scar buildup and whatnot, and like what it looks like after the fact. But that's a really good question, because I do know that one Asian patient of Asian descent did talk about his scars at one point, and he said that they were a little bit more noticeable than, other people of other ethnic backgrounds. So that might warrant a nice little study, a little off the record unofficial study, just kind of see like, hey, I'll send out a little email to some patients and find out.
I think my hair covers all my
special cream.
What's that? Say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I think they use a cream. There's a special cream you can rub on there for the scars. I forget what they use for, but there's
there's all kinds. Mederma, yeah. There's all kinds of cocoa butter. I mean, you can go down the list of like 30 different products. But the thing is that you're still gonna have scars, and it's just time for it to fade. And Psych Man's more asking like, does it present more prevalently in like certain, ethnic backgrounds? So
right. I see, definitely.
Having had 2 surgeries and kind of keloided both times. The Moderna didn't do anything. I ended up getting scar
No.
revisions.
How did you?
Yeah.
Do you have hair on
Um,
your legs though? Like that covers it up
Yeah.
usually.
He said no.
Doesn't.
Oh, okay. Because right now my hair is covering all the scars. It's absolutely not noticeable.
That's crazy.
No
So
chance.
Froggy Dragon, if you do stretch lab assisted stretching every day for 3 months before surgery, would that satisfy the 3 month recommended stretch? Yeah, yes, it was. It would, because I know a lot of patients that have done that stretch lab or stretch zone, and it helps tremendously. Yep, absolutely. I would say that 3 months is like the most you would need to go. I don't think you need to do more than 8 to 12 weeks, because after that, it's just like, unless you're really, really tight, you can do more. Yes, you can get scars lasered off, laser scar removal. Yeah, cool. I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say or if I'm just wasting time. Yeah, there's something that popped up. I can't remember. Anyway, you guys have anything else? Any last words you want to say to people listening? Psych, man, that sucks, man, about your surgery. But you know what? Next year will be here before you know it. You know how it is.
Next year. Next year.
Absolutely.
One more year at 5'5" won't kill me.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to hear about it when you're done.
You and me both.
Yeah.
All right, last two questions. I'll take these from Sign Test and then Ekazu. So, is it good to ask the surgeon about surgical technique during the consultation? You absolutely should and can. Yes. You don't have to if you trust the surgeon well enough, and they've done a lot of patients, but you can definitely do that. You can ask them anything you want during the consultation. So, and Ekuzu, how much can you gain on quadrilateral surgery, LON? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the LON on the femurs, so let's just say around, I don't know, 10 to 12, 13 centimeters, something like that. Alrighty, I think that's all we got. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, SideQuest, for providing that proportion content at the beginning. Thank you, Croco, for sending in the video that I should have watched beforehand. But I do appreciate your support and watch the channel. MD, for your amazing channel, go subscribe to Master Distractor on YouTube. I can't put it in the chat here for some reason. It's glitching.
Yeah.
Wait till I monetize it.
I know, right? He's gonna be making tons of money.
No, advertiser
next-
monetize it.
his next surgery. So go
I'm
follow
gonna
him
see
on
that.
Instagram.
I actually have the surgery videos I'm gonna put up soon too. So
Do you?
like,
Okay, cool.
I have like Dr. G filmed my surgeries, and she gave me all the film, so I have to put it on.
Put it up, man. I
Yeah.
think some things YouTube might like,
That's true.
Yeah. Zach, thanks for coming on. Psych man, thank you.
Yeah.
MD. Oh, one last from Froggy Jack. When's the cyborg now coming? It's so funny you say that. Actually, I'm being dead serious. So I had a conversation with somebody, a surgeon, and I told him, I said, look, I'm not messing around, and I know NuVasive, they're listening right now. I'm gonna be working on something in the background. So, long story short, I actually did do. This was 2 years ago. I actually did my due diligence, and I talked to some medical device design companies, and they were like, "Oh, why, Victor? Why do you want to reinvent the wheel? It's already out there. Like they have the precise nail. Like you don't need to do that." I was like, "Well, they're not doing anything with it. We're waiting for the Precise Max to come out or the Stride or whatever. This is in between the time." And I was like, just imagine if I put my name on a nail, the cyborg nail. It just fits the futuristic possibilities of limb lengthening, what the world could do. And it's like, then I get all the royalties, and then I can, I'm just playing. But no, I am going to reapproach that that initiative and see what we can do. So I did talk to a surgeon about that, and they said, "Well, we'll see what happens." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna try to make some things happen." So we'll see. We'll see, Froggy Dragon.
And you could have it specifically for CLL, which seems like NuVasive and them kind of stay away from
They do,
that
but
marketing.
well, I would definitely let it be for all orthopedics, like whether it's discrepancy, dwarfism, deformity, and or cosmetic limb lengthening. But I would not be shying away from it. I would be open about it and I'd say, hey, patients that want to get taller, it's also for you. I would not be politically correct, because look at what I talk about every day. And you know what? That's what they're so scared of, and that's what's hurting them big time. And patients, they're lucky they're the monopoly. If I come out with the cyborg now, yeah, enough said. All right, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome week. weekend. We're going to do a live stream next week, but then the week after, it's going to be the few days before my first bodybuilding show of the season. So I will not be holding one that week. But I will be back the week after, which is the last weekend in June. So, all right. So for episode 160 of Limb Lengthening Live, I want to say thank
Everyone
you to you all.
subscribe to Cyborg for Life. Subscribe.
I love
Done.
it, man. I got a nice little plug there. That's great.
You gotta do it.
Yeah. Subscribe to Cyborg for Life. Until next time, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life and these amazing guests signing out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.